I greet you all, fellow Ambas. I am Jojo. There are certain things I would like us to talk about because they need to be addressed if we have to move forward in this revolution. I would like us to first of all talk about the current saga going on between the IG and SCBC. I don't think it is appropriate for the IG to try to have total and absolute control over SCBC. We don't want to escape from CRTV just to turn around and create another CRTV. We don't want any form of censorship. We don't want to build a media station where all the people in the media will be out there to sing the praise of the interim government. That will not be doing any good to the interim government or to the people of Amberland. We want a media house that will be able to bring people on air like the likes of Ayabacho, the likes of Dr. Akwanga, people like Mark Barata, Tato, Eric, Bo Herbert, people who will come out there and they'll be bold enough to say things freely without being censored. We don't want any form of censorship because it's not going to help us in any way. If people are coming there to say certain things that might not be in support of the interim government, it's not because they want to undermine their authority. It is because they want to help the interim government to work well. Because the success of the interim government is the success of the people, and the success of the people is the success of the interim government. These two are intertwined and they cannot be separated. So I think the interim government, rather than trying to create another radio station, the ABC, has Secretary Chris Anu was saying the other day, they should be working on the rift that is going on now between the SCBC and the interim government. First of all, we don't have enough resources to run two stations. Secondly, even if we had the money and run two stations at this point, they will be bringing division. Division is not what we want at this point in time. Because if we create the ABC, it will divide the audience. And because there will be some people who will be inclined to SCBC and there will be some people who will be inclined to the ABC, which is not good. We are all at this point in time, we all crave for unity, we all crave for collaboration, and we should be working towards that, which is very, very important. So please, Mr. IG, try to work your relationship with the SCBC. I also want to urge the IG to try to mend their relationship or to improve on their relationship with the county coordinators. They should really work on this and collaborate with them so that together we can get to Boya and build a country that we'll all be proud of. We don't want to escape from a dictatorship only to come and create another dictatorship. I say this always, people will get the government they create. If we just give the IG a blank check, then we'll be creating a dictatorship, an unprecedented dictatorship that will be worse than the dictatorship in Yaoundé, which we are escaping from. This is a time that we have to build collaboration. This is a time that we have to prove to ourselves, but also to the world, that we are able to work together as a people to build a nation for ourselves. Because until we demonstrate to the world that we are able to work together as a people, they'll never take us serious and they'll never come to our assistance. And we should also understand that we cannot shoot ourselves to Boya. At the end of the day, we are going to have some sort of discussion. So I also expect the interim government to concentrate on diplomacy, concentrate on trying to build friends, with countries that are willing. Don't tell me that out of the almost 200 countries in the world will not be able to have some friends. We can have some friends. We just need to be persistent. I understand that building this relationship can be very, very challenging, but then we can never get tired. Let's take, for instance, Bia tried to get money from the Chinese. The first instance, they didn't succeed. But recently, we are hearing that they succeeded in getting some money from the Chinese. That is a type of persistence that we have to immediate. And I also want us to talk about accountability, because without accountability, there is no trust. Let's talk about the money raised for the My Trip to Boya initiative. If the interim government could come out to the people in public on social media to tell the public that give us 2 million and we're going to take you to Boya, then they should also be able to come out in the public on social media to tell the people that we ask you to give us 2 million. This is what you've given us. Don't tell us that for strategic reasons you cannot disburse such an information. Don't tell us that there's an audit committee through which you can give that information, or you give the information through the county heads. If you could not go through the county heads or the audit committee to give out this information, you should not pretend now that you go through them to give accountability, except there is something that you are hiding. And if there is something that you are hiding, we want to know. We'll dig it out. Accountable. Everybody should be held accountable. So again, I also want to urge the leadership also to accept when they go wrong. They shouldn't always try to associate their failures to the creation of, say, for instance, the scope. No, scope has absolutely nothing to do with anything that the interim government is unable to do. Scope has absolutely nothing to do with the decision of the board of directors of SCBC. If they take it, it is an independent organization. If they take any decision, it is solely their decision and it has nothing to do with scope. And trying to attribute their decision to scope is trying to shift responsibility away. We want a government that will be able to claim ownership of their activities. If they do something right, they claim ownership. And if they do something wrong, they should also be able to claim ownership. There is also one thing very important that I would like to talk about. Whether we accept it or not, Ayaba Cho is the one who is presenting himself to the world, especially the media, as the leader of the Amberland people. And because he's the one who is being interviewed by the media houses, the big media houses. And so far he's been doing a very good job. I won't say a fantastic job, but a good job. But why I say so, because more often than not, he answered their question. He tries to answer their question. And these people, they always come with a set of biased questions to put him on the spotlight. But he has been trying so far to answer the question to the best of his ability. I will urge him that next time when they come with their question, he should use the opportunity to instead tell them, rather than answer their question, he should use the opportunity to tell the world what we want them to know about our revolution and what we expect to get from them. And we should never also get tired of correcting the world. When they say we are secessionists or separatists, we should tell them, no, we are not secessionists and we are not separatists. We are restorationists. Try each time to remind them of our history. And until we do that, we'll never get it into their head. Because sometimes they intentionally try to distort our story and to paint us and give us a bad name. We shouldn't accept that. And so it is very, very important that we cooperate. If you look at Biya is not sleeping. Biya is going around building alliances, doing things, contacting people, making friends. Why should we not be doing the same? We can do the same. We can stretch out our hands, seek for friendship from different countries, beginning from Africa and some friendly countries, people like Paul Kagame of Rwanda and other countries that went through our situation like Namibia, Angola, Mozambique, leaders of these countries. We don't necessarily need to get in touch with top politicians of those countries. We just start with small representative of municipalities, and we take it from there and move ahead. And also, I expect the interim government to be able to ensure that they disburse the money that was collected for My Trip to Boya to all the factions on Ground Zero that are fighting on Ground Zero. I understand that some people on Ground Zero are complaining that they don't have granules. But sometimes we might be so quick to call them, to refer to them as fake. No, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't get tired of investigating. If they are fake, there are people on the ground who can attest to that. And you can work with the people on the ground to try to determine whether they are fake. We don't want to create a situation where when we get to Boya, some of the groups will begin to say, we fought on our own without receiving assistance from the interim government. And because we didn't receive assistance from the interim government, we are not going to allow them to govern this part of the country. No, we don't want to create the same situation that is happening in Sudan. We should learn from the Sudanese. and as we move forward. So please, we need to work together and take this seriously. We need to actually build collaboration. We need to begin to build bridges rather than keep on trying to separate people, because separating this divisive attitude which is being practiced now is not going to help the revolution. Let's emulate what our president used to do when he was still a free person. His ex, Sisiko Ayok Tabe. He used to be someone who reached out to anybody whatsoever. And the interim government is what it is today because of his ability to reach out to just anybody, not only those that he was comfortable working with. So please, let's learn from this. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.